welcome back to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. We take the sensitive topic of epilogues. And this, by the way, is the continuation of the skip button ending. Some interstellar level of composing. Is that the memory house? In loving memory is Stanley Parable too. Alright. Notice the music just took a more somber turn. When in doubt, follow the chord. What the hell? April 27th of this year. Oh, that's horrifying. Wait, what? Oh, sorry, folks.
Jim. Jim. Jim.
Mm-hmm. think that may be like a sort of subtle, mega subtle jab at how people interpreted Sony when the PSN went down for the first time majorly.
Jim. Jim. Jim.
Because a lot of people made it out that Sony was mega apologetic. And I watched the press conference, by the way. They only apologized like twice through the entire thing. Oh, this ain't trippy. What? Where the okay, that's the two doors. Hey. Yeah. Probably actually true, by the way. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. I have to think. Yes, thank you for telling me one of my favorite YouTubers is online right now. I'll look him up later. Here's the thing. If I know that if I enter the wrong answer, it's just going to continue to loop. So. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking. Yeah, I know, I know. I'm actually looking this stuff online because I have a feeling this is like one of those infinite loops things. Oh, I'm entering in the wrong thing. It's epilogue, isn't it? Mm-hmm. 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 Let's do it. Yay. Alright. Of course. My question is, will epilogue be locked out if I...
This is the story of a man. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Batman
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Do 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 do.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, Isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Alright, so where the hell is it? Not this room. Cool. There it is. Oh, I can't jump. Boo. And by the way, you can only get this trophy if you went through all the hassle I did.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be... As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the trophy? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure? Composure. Yes, as you... What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
You've already been here.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term... Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Hold on. I want to check something. So, folks, if you want to take out your QR code scanners like I'm about to, let's see if this thing actually pops up anything. Alright, then enter in Google image search. And hold on. Okay, so that QR code just leads you to the quote-unquote official website of the sequel. Huh.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people.
Jim.
So with... Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim.
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim.
Jim.
All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done.
Thank you.
Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Oh, hang on.
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable 2. They would appreciate what I've created here.
Oh, that changed. Infinity. Oh.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Not interested. And
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2. Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I love that.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
I love that, it changed that. I probably didn't notice that the first time. We're not collecting figurines. So, let's go back to the main menu. we got our second to last trophy. What happens if I just do the epilogue and I say, no, I will not break wind for the sake of breaking wind. Jim. Some really So the only real addition of flavor text is the notification that you didn't have the trophy, that you got the trophy unlocked that shouldn't have been unlockable.
Jim, Stanley.
Wait, what?
Jim. Stanley. 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 Stanley.
Huh.
Stanley. Stanley. Jim. Stanley.
Okay, didn't notice it the first time. And then we come here, and no more minifigs because I already picked them up. And this is a remnant to the not infinite hall. Oh, sorry, folks. Hello, I'm Batman. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Don't do it. Oh. Alright. Time to cheat the system, folks. I know we've been here for a few minutes, but we're going to do this, and then because I guarantee you this game probably won't be around for another 10 years. Is it 10 or 5? Hold on, let me check something real quick before I do this. Yeah, who's to say there's going to be in America in about 10 years? And then we just do this. If I did it right?
This is the story of a man named Stan.
Oh, actually, hang on. And now this should do it, hopefully. There we go. And hit me with the platinum. I know it's mega cheating to do this, but alright, folks. What do we say to one more loop around the block?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed it. Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Meow.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate.
Oh yeah, here we go. First decoration.
Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Ugh.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
And any more?
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, Now he noticed the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. "Oh, gracious," he exclaimed. "Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it." Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him. "Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket." Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket. "Come to me, Stanley. Find me." He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
What the fuck?
It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Let me guess, she has a
Mariella
bucket
woke
too.
up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course, he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Marietta thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Alright. I think we'll go ahead and end it there, folks. Absolute bonkers of an experience. Okay. I want to thank you all for coming tonight. If you like the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you aren't subscribed, why not subscribe? And if you are subscribed, hit that notification bell at the bottom. This game has been a trip and a half for me. I've enjoyed it, and I know you've all enjoyed probably some of it. I don't know if any of you have enjoyed it. We come back tomorrow, continue some Phoenix Wright, and hopefully something special for my birthday. I'm working that up right now.